Bonjour, bonjour. August Alsina. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. Let's chop it up. Sorry, girl, but it's a chop. 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 I am hoping that the kids have done everything that they need to do to prepare themselves for this day. Oh my God, if it's your morning blunt, your morning coffee, your morning cigarette, your morning tea, your morning chant, your morning prayer, your meditation, whatever you gotta do, baby girl, whatever you gotta do, grandson, whatever you gotta do, nephew, to get yourself together and prepared for this day, please do that. Please do that so that you don't let people take you out of sorts, yes? Yes, God. All right. We got to do that. We got to be in alignment, mind, body, soul, right? So we need to make sure that we take care of ourselves, honey. Now that's out the way, or whatever, right? Now that's out the way. Girl, I want to come and talk to you girls about this little sickening situation with August Alsina, Will Smith, and Jada pinkett-smith. Girl, August done got these kids having to come down out of retirement, come down from wherever they was, girl. Wherever they was not ready to come down and be on the big comfy couch. They was not ready to be on the red table talk, honey. Girl, will show up, wash face, this thing. Will show up, no makeup on his face, girl. Wrangler jeans on, girl. Will show up with no waist trainer, girl. Will show up. Like when Jada called him, she was just like, check this out, right? You remember the little Butch Queen? You remember the little Butch Queen, August? He was like, yeah, I remember the one. Wow, yeah. Yeah, well, listen, you know, I forgot to have him sign a non-disclosure agreement. And girl, he got the run of this mouth, and we got to get him down here. We got to get this together. Listen, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right now. I'm coming now, and we're going to get it out the way now. Baby, he looked tired and through. He looked over it. Oh, I ain't never seen nobody more annoyed than how this man had looked. Oh, this man, yeah, he threw a couple of gigglings and snigglings here and there. But girl, that man was pissed. That Butch Queen was done. Stick the fork in her. Done. If you go back and watch it, honey, you can see how he was sagging a little bit. You can see how the stomach was coming, girl, and the ass was coming out. You can see the panties. I was like, he don't give a fuck right now. He's like, I just want to get this over with. And girl, she giving Kurt Franklin cheeks, down boots. Girl, she is giving Mojo Jojo in the face. And I'm like, I'm just so here for Jada Pinkett, girl. I'm here for the communication. I'm here for the language. I'm here for the way that this girl spun the narrative. I'm so here for the way that she was able to. I was like, oh, Jada, you's a bad bitch. Oh, I'm like, oh, Jada, you bad, girl. To say so much without saying nothing at all? Oh, girl. Both y'all sickening. Shout outs to the publicists. Shout outs to the girls that got them together. Shout outs. And if y'all don't have one, honey, and y'all just have been able to get this going for years and just know how to kind of like stick to it, shout outs to y'all. Shout outs to the Smiths, honey. Oh, sickening boots, the way y'all presented yourself. The way, the subliminal shade, oh girl, the subliminal shade was sickening. I'm like, oh, you damn near had to have a college degree to girl to understand a little bit of what y'all was trying to do in there. I was like, oh, y'all nasty. Oh, y'all real nasty. 10. I'm giving y'all 10s for that presentation. Okay, so before we go any further, Miss Thing, I'm gonna need for you to like, share, and subscribe. And you know I'm gonna wait. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. You know, we've already reached 100 subscribers, and I'm like incredibly thankful for that. Thank you for your liking, your sharing, your subscribing, your engagement with my channel. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you. Girl, let's get into it. August Alsina, girl, go crying, pissing and moaning and complaining, girl, to Angela Yee, sitting there with his best Oprah impersonation. Girl, I thought it was Oprah when I was first watching it. I was like, okay, so why is Oprah even talking to Angela Yee? First of all, Angela, girl, you done came up. All right, you sitting down in front of Mother O. You sitting down in front of the Supreme, girl. I'm like, okay, you've come up. I'm like, let me get into this interview, girl. I'm listening to the interview, baby. She talking, Oprah talking about being with Jada Pinkett. And that's when I was like, okay, so clearly We got a problem. I go back to the thumbnail. I'm like, oh, girl, it say August Alsina. All right, whatever. So August is crying, girl. He crying out. He crying out to Angela. Angela asked this man a simple question. Angela asked him about the situation with Jada pinkett-smith. He took 13 minutes, this thing. He took 13 minutes to give the girls disclaimers. 13 minutes, girl, to tell the girls about how he dispelling rumors. I was like, hey, August, first of all, if anybody even knew about y'all little situation like real heavy, it was the people out there in Hollywood with y'all. It was the girls of a different status, of a different class. You was mad because like a handful of girls knew the tease, so you needed to come on, you needed to jump on the show with Angela Yee and dispel rumors. I was like, oh girl, please. All right. You needed to come through with all an abundance of disclaimers. I was like, why don't you say what you're saying? Anytime somebody talking around the mountain like that, girl talking in fairy tales, they bullshitting. Anytime. I'm like, oh no, you have an agenda, Miss Thing. I was like, oh no. First of all, I watched the real like 1 hour and 9 minute clip or a 9 minute video that he did with her. And I think from the jump, they made it clear that he had an album that dropped, State of Emergency, like a week prior. I was like, okay, Miss Thing, so you gonna tie all of these things together is what I felt like she was doing. I'm like, I know that the girls pull stunts. You cannot persuade me that the girls is now pulling the stunt right here. I was like, okay, so I understand that your album is dropping, and now you gonna get on the camera, and you gonna cry through your makeup, talking to Angela Yee about the situation with Jada. And I'm like, but whole time, Miss Thing, Jada and they made it very clear that this was a long time ago. And kept saying little subliminal things, like they kept saying little things like, yeah. And so, you know, the fact that he's bringing it up now is very strange to me. Like, they said it in unison at one point, Miss Thing, like, yeah, it was so long ago. And then she made it a point to say, oh girl, and even with that, like, he broke off all communication with me. Like, he stopped talking to me. He stopped reaching out to me. He no longer was the pen pal to me. Girl, he stopped writing me, didn't send the letter with the pigeon on it no more to me. I did not break this off with him. I didn't stop this with this girl. This girl did this to me. And so she borderline called him immature. First of all, because even if this was the tease, you should have come to me and had a conversation with me. She was just like, even though she wasn't using those words, girl, that was the heart she was coming, that was the spirit that was on this woman. Ain't she a Virgo or something, girl? Ain't both of them Virgos? Girl. Oh, girl, they know how to deliver this. I was like, first of all, y'all in an alliance. Like, I can see y'all sitting here being in an alliance. I live for the way that they are individuals, even though they're not. Their relationship doesn't necessarily have a romantic undertone to it anymore. I guess they made it seem. I guess they didn't make it seem, but they were saying pretty much like that part of their relationship is done. They are in a life partnership, and so they pretty much just have a commitment with each other to continue to be there and support each other as friends. And I think that is amicable. I think that is mature, that is beautiful. And I love the way that they spoke on the Red Table Talk, because a lot of times in relationships, you cannot not that you cannot, but a lot of times in relationships, we find ourselves kind of overly considering the other individual to the point that we don't think for ourselves. She used the term codependent, which was like spot on. Like, we become that in the relationship, and we just highly or overly regard the other person, and we forget that we're still an individual with free thinking, with freedom to be ourselves still within that framework and outside of that framework. So I love the fact that they were two whole individuals, operating as two whole individuals. And I just love the fact that they were free to express themselves and to search themselves and have emotional intelligence, and they allow each other the freedom to do that. Because a lot of times, like, you know, I'm still me. and you are still you. And yes, there's that element of us, but at the end of the day, girl, I'm still in this body. You're still in that one. And, you know, I still need to understand me, and I still need to be connected to me and still be happy within me as an individual. And I thought that that was just like amazing to see that the two of them had that dynamic between them. Which then suggests, girl, it makes sense that the two of them said, we're going to get up here and band against you, Miss Thing. We're banding against you, Miss August. Oh, girl, we have too much invested in each other. We got too much in it. The Smiths. We got too much in it. No, girl, the reputation, the things. And you try to be cute, girl, by kissing and telling. You try to be cute. Try to help this push a little album. You try to be cute. Oh, girl, no. Oh, girl, no. and I can, her wording, girl, was perfect. I can see how August could have perceived it as permission. I was like, yes, girl, you're not gonna outright say this big dummy, you big dummy. She ain't just gonna say you stupid. She ain't gonna say you jackass. Nobody gave you permission. She ain't gonna just say it like that. I could see how he perceived, you's a dummy, bitch. That's what she was really saying. Remember in the scene with Precious, that's what she was saying. You's a dummy. You big dummy. That is what she was saying, girl. Like, how you so stupid you couldn't even tell that the nigga wasn't giving you no permission. But I can see how he perceived it as permission. And he didn't want to come across as a homewrecker. Oh, now she also made sure that she spoke to things very intentionally and specifically, because she used that homewrecker. And then she validated it and said, in which he is not. He's not a homewrecker. But we will clear up the air, the pieces, the details. We gonna get the details together, girl. The details in which the story don't fit. I'm coming here, he coming here. You see he bad, girl. You see he breathing fire. You see he, girl, crow's feet. You see how he look. You know he mad. We come in here to get it together, Miss Thing. We come in here to chop heads off, girl. And we going about our business. Oh, I looked in the opening, I think her statement was like, with so many other things going on in the world right now, and even though this is minuscule, it still needed like healing in her addressing. I said, girl, you better say this ain't shit. This is some bullshit. This is a joke, girl. This is small compared to all the big things. But you girls, when he was black, Twitter said it's they business. Yes, God, girl, it's everybody business. When you is who y'all is. When you celebrities, A-listers, it's all our business, Miss Thing. Sorry, we're gonna get into it. It's what it's gonna be. Now, honey, for me, I don't know. I don't know where the girls stand with the situation, right? I thought it was sickening. I thought it was sickening boots. How the Smiths came down, honey, banded together. Strong arming the situation together, even though they made it real clear, like, you know, we're not in a romantic relationship, kind of like at all. Oh, and girl, he was really getting into it. Like, he was like, Miss Thing, I hear what you're saying. Let's back it up. Did you say it was an entanglement? Now you brought yourself down there. You gonna call it what it is, girl. It's what? She was like, you know, this is a relationship. He was like, y'all in a relationship. She no longer used the word entanglement thereafter. He chopped her right there. And speaking of chopping her, girl, wasn't he saying things like, okay, so I thought I would never speak to you again. I thought that this was it. Like, and she pretty much was sitting there like, yeah, I guess I deserve that. Yeah, like, I guess that's the tea. I'm like, okay, so what went on? All right, relinquish the tease. Y'all get up here and say a lie without saying nothing at all. I'm like, all right, what happened? Like, so you can't give us that and don't give us the whole thing, honey. So what happened? It sounded like she understood. She must have did some cheating before, or something else must have went on. Something else was going on. And if you know the things, let me know the things. What else was going on with these kids? Right. I was like, oh, this little situation, this little red table talk is giving a lie. This is giving a lie. I'm getting a good glimpse into who you girls are. I'm like, okay, now, again, still for me, I don't know. It's a chop for everybody, though. It's a chop for everybody. August down there in his Oprah coif, He damn near crying, girl, and whining. It's the chop. It's the chop. He using this for publicity. He using this situation just so he could get his little record out. It's the chop, girl. No, Jada Pinkett-Smith and them Kurt Franklin cheeks. It's a chop. No mistake. Oh, buddy. Will Smith, girl, you had on them dungarees, girl, with your stomach sitting down at the end of the table. No, this thing, you ain't had no makeup or, girl, no contour, no concealer, no. It's a chop, girl. I'm sorry I got chopped you, girl. Y'all came down here, y'all wasn't even really talking about nothing. Y'all just was trying to say he a liar, in other words. Girl, everybody making something off of the situation is the way that it kind of played out. It's a chop for me. Now, if you think that these kids coming down to the red table talk, addressing the matter, getting into it, all of the things, if you think that it's 10, okay, girl, drop down in the comment section and tell me why it's 10s, honey. Give me why it's 10s. If it's a chop across the board, all three of them. If it's a chop across the board, girl, tell me why you chopped it. I want to know. Ciao, Bella. Ciao, whore.